All right, as we come on air, take a look at what is coming our way. In the next few hours, heavy rain set to hit the metro. So in addition to heavy rain and wind, we're also tracking some breaking news as well out of Robbinsdale.
Yeah, Michelle Beck is on the scene there. We're going to check in with her in a little bit. But first, let's get to John for this rain today. We need it.
Yeah, we do need the rain, and there's a lot of it. It's also very windy. You can see the camera shaking there. 55, very warm. You got to be expected to be warm if you're going to hold on to some thunderstorms. Now, these are weak thunderstorms. This is more about the rain. But, yes, you're going to hear definitely some thunder, and you're going to see some lightning out there. Litchfield, Wilmer area. You can see Marshall. Look at some of this very heavy rain down to Sleepy Eye. We're going to track that through Redwood Falls and Montevideo. We're going to be dealing with downpours over the next 2 hours, and we could pick up ½ inch to an inch just in this initial band, and this is just the first one. Getting close to the metro, you can see we are dry. If you want to leave and dry in a dry condition, I would leave in the next 2 hours. Leave before 8 o'clock. Once we get to 8:30, this is what is going to be moving across the metro. I would say Waconia areas, Belle Plaine, Jordan over towards St. Cloud, this stretch here. Another hour and the rain will be there. So we'll track this out in my full forecast coming up. Cece?
Good morning. If you're waking up in or near the West Metro, this is a look at Highway 610 just east of 94. You can see roads looking pretty great as traffic picks up, and that's the case really around the entire metro. Roads looking very good this morning. Again, as John mentioned, rain hasn't moved in, so no wet roads. But I am tracking this construction project that's happening later on today. It's right where 94 and 610 meet, not too far from Maple Grove. So I'll be talking about that construction project on 94 westbound when I see you next. And as you head out the door within the next hour or so, let me know your commute, especially as that rain moves in. I wanted to show you the fastest way for you to get to work or daycare this morning. Jason.
All right, Cece, thank you very much. Let's turn back to that breaking situation that we've been tracking since 1 o'clock this morning.
And in the last 2 hours, we've learned a body may have been recovered at a park in Robbinsdale. It happened at Grazier Park off of Broadway. And that's where we find our Michelle Beck, who has new details to share. Michelle, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Alicia, Jason, I saw what appears to be a body bag, though police haven't confirmed anything when I called them to ask about it. Well, here's what we know so far. Just 5 hours ago, this was the scene at Grazier Park, blocked off by crime scene tape. The medical examiner was here along with the sheriff's department. So were Robbinsdale police and firefighters using flashlights to survey the park. We can also see firefighters hosing down some rocks. The question we still have this hour is why. And earlier in my phone call with police, I asked if the public was safe, and I was only told that the area was clear, which is what you can see right now. Nothing really out of the ordinary as of what's behind me right now. I am still waiting on the public information officer to arrive to the office to get more details. Hopefully, I'll bring you that once I get it.
All right, Michelle, thanks for that update. We'll check back with you in a little bit. Meanwhile, the Minnesota BCA is in the small town of Montrose this morning after a deputy shot an armed man at a Dollar General. Montrose, about 45 minutes west of the Twin Cities near Delano. Authorities say deputies were trying to arrest the man for outstanding warrants. Now, according to Wright County, the man was not complying. An employee at the Dollar General tells us that he saw the officers tase the man. Officers say he continued to resist and showed a gun. That's when a deputy shot him.
Yeah, there was quite a few shots fired, like a surprising amount. This was like an actual serious moment that I was like kind of frozen in place just watching.
Officers say the man was taken to the hospital. A neighbor told us that he saw the man was unconscious as he went into the ambulance. The store closed after the shooting, but plans to reopen as soon as this morning.
Happening right now, police are looking for a man accused of a violent home invasion in St. Paul's Matt Groveland neighborhood. This happened around 4:30 yesterday morning. A woman told police she woke up to the sound of a man pounding on her side door. She says he broke in, pulled out a weapon, and then raped and robbed her. Just horrible. Now, police are asking anyone who may know anything about the attack to call them right away.
Terrifying. All right, new this morning, 2 kids are in the hospital after a multi-vehicle crash in Minneapolis. Police say it happened around 5 last night on Broadway and University Avenue. It appears a man rear-ended a car stopped at a traffic light. That car was then pushed into 2 other vehicles. A woman and her 2 kids were sent to the hospital. The kids had serious injuries but are expected to be okay. As for the driver in the first car, he is suspected of impaired driving. He's booked in the Hennepin County Jail. Take a look at this video. A scary crash all caught on traffic cameras in Brooklyn Center. Troopers say a SUV hit a Jeep in an intersection while making a left turn. and was then rear-ended by another car. You see the car roll through the intersection, ending right side up. Surprisingly, the State Patrol tells us that no one was seriously hurt.
Time now 6:06, developing in the U.S. this morning. The world is watching to see how Israel will respond to Iran's attack over the weekend. Israel is vowing to strike back after Iran attacked with hundreds of drones and missiles. U.S. officials expect Israel's response to be limited in scope, involving strikes on Iranian military forces. The White House is now urging Israel to use restraint. Now, all of this comes as calls for a ceasefire spread across the U.S. In the last 24 hours, saw protesters bring traffic to a standstill in major cities, like at the Chicago O'Hare International Airport, where travelers had to get out and walk with their luggage into the airport. And also on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, where dozens of demonstrators were arrested.
We have an update from the state capitol this morning. A bill that could bring big changes for people with outstanding medical bills is moving forward after hours of debate in the House last night. The Debt Fairness Act includes several medical debt reforms aimed at giving people more time to pay off bills. The legislation would bar medical providers from denying care based on unpaid medical debts and ban the practice of transferring a dead patient's medical debts to a surviving spouse. It would also stop providers from reporting medical debts to credit bureaus.
I had to quit my job when my toddler was diagnosed with leukemia and required around-the-clock care. My family went from a two-income family to having a mountain of medical bills.
This is a moral issue. It's not just a legal issue. It's not just a political issue. It is a moral imperative to pass this bill today.
The bill passed on a straight party line vote, 70 Democrats in favor, 61 Republicans opposed. It's unclear if the bill will make it through the Senate.
Just 3 months ago, St. Paul City Councilwoman Anika Bowie helped make history as part of the first ever all-female council. But this morning, there are questions about whether she was actually qualified to run.
I'm Lou Raguse. A St. Paul City Council member is facing questions after the St. Paul Pioneer Press revealed the address she used when filing for office is not where she was living. Anika Bowie was elected in November. In August, she wrote on a sworn affidavit filed with the state that she lived at 839 Aurora Avenue. She tells KARE 11 News she was trying to buy that property, but the deal fell through. Bowie insists she lives with her parents now in the ward she represents, although she spends time with her fiancé, who owns a house in Minneapolis.
You'll soon be able to renew your vehicle tabs at Cub Foods. In a few hours, officials will unveil their newest kiosk at the Cub Foods in Stillwater. 9 more are scheduled to open in locations across the metro over the next few months. You just need your renewal notice, your license plate number, the last 3 digits of your VIN number, and your insurance information.